Hi, my name is Deepak Nair and I'm the lead vocalist with Punkh.
I'm Kern, I play guitar.
Hi, my name is Karan, I play the guitars.
Punkh is 5 of us, so you just see 3 of us because our bass player Younger, he's back home in Nagaland, and our drummer Josh is in church. The band was formed in Germany in the year 2004. I was there for doing my bachelor's in jazz and pop music from a university. We were called Guru back then. I came back to India in 2007, and since the lineup had changed considerably enough, it made sense to give a new name, and it was Punkh. I always wanted to call it Punkh, but because it was always a band, we had to be democratic with it. That's when I met up with my old musician friends like Younger and Josh. We wanted to regroup and start playing edgy music. And towards 2009, 2010, I already knew Karan, and from years back, it made sense to share my music with Karan, and he was absolutely keen on playing. Then we met Kern. In fact, Kern is the latest addition to Punkh. So right now we are trying to have a new sound, which apparently doesn't go in tangent with our first release, which was done by EMI Music by the name of Punkh. It had a more hip-hop, electro, power pop sound. There was a German rapper, a friend of mine, he's done the raps. So it was a crossover scene in India. We were not too sure whether rock music would make sense, although it's everything in what I've grown up on, and I would always love to play that kind of sound, metal or rock. And so this lineup now with 5 of us intend on doing that, and we hope with more initiatives like this we can take our music across. Like I said, when we play our songs, or when the song writing process happened, I was again in a state of, what do I say, spiritual restlessness, and there were a lot of questions that were coming into my mind. So the songs essentially talk about questions everyone may have towards their daily life or what they see around them. So like the titles like Karma or Tanha, Khuda, yeah, so. And plus, it's in Hindi, that always was the deal, to somehow get away with it and somehow make sense. Because honestly, I know and I understand the fact that people out there have heard rock music in English or maybe even in Spanish or even in German, but it's still not a big deal, to say that, okay, rock music can happen in our language. But recently we got a little stint with BBC Friction, and they quoted us by saying that, you have to listen to these guys. So in case you're still not into bands that are playing Hindi and rock, they just might help you tip over. So here we go. That's what, simple words, simple lyrics, coming to you with hard rocking music. And like Karan brings in a lot of new elements when we play live, always more additional guitar solos and,
I try to do what I can. And since as a child I've been brought up on guitar players ranging from Steve Vai to Alan Holdsworth. I try and incorporate bits of stuff I've learned over the years with Punkh and add a little bit of more flavor to it.
It's always been a conscious effort with Punkh not to be typecasted with the kind of music we would like to produce in the future or what we already do. Although it's rock music, going into more into metal music is what personally in the band we'll find most of us listening to. But a few of my favorite bands like Cypress Hill, Asian Dub Foundation, they really don't want to be classified as being a hip-hop band or being a rock band or being a world music band. So like a song like Namaste, Punkh was, so we were driven to write a song during the Commonwealth Games. We called it the unofficial welcome song from Delhi, being a band from Delhi. It was the days when we were still touring with a DJ And you know, there was so much being said in the news whether Delhi is ready for the Commonwealth Games, koi dikha raha hai, you know, they're showing leaking table tennis courts and everything, and the city, we had to go through a lot personally for I think at least 4-5 years. The roads were being dug up, the metro was being made, and there was so much being talked about. So we thought, okay, let's go out there and film it, because we have a bunch of friends who like to make these kind of videos. And so since the video was thought about, we said, okay, we should write a song, and Namaste came about. Namaste was just a welcome song, a band having fun. We had a lot of fun. So essentially in the future you'll just see Punkh dabble with many more genres. That's what I personally think. Glam rock.
Namaste to everybody. Namaste. Namaste from a community. Namaste. Namaste. Vishwa Sukha Shanti. Namaste. कोई बोले राम राम, कोई बोले या खुदा, कोई बोले राम राम हे राम, कोई बोले राम राम, कोई बोले या खुदा, कोई बोले राम राम हे राम.
Punkh's latest EP is called Karma. The songs are the same as Ghoom, which Guru had recorded, and we have 8 songs. The EP is the first impression of, you know, so it's got 5 songs. We've kept 3 hidden. Karma would be the title song. We intend on shooting a music video for it later by December or so. Karma, it talks about karma. It's like 69, you know, you give what you get. But yeah, it talks about the what goes up must come down. It's again questioning the unequal births we see around us, and everything that anybody who would be there, what am I doing here, would want to know. So yeah, it was a basic, simple concept with the music.
जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ ये कैसा खेल है, जैसा करे वैसा फिर ये कैसा मेल है. कर्मा.
Then we have Ghoomle, the track with a video. The video is again shot when the song was recorded in 2004. We had a good bunch of students. They were film students from Germany, and they wanted to submit something for their thesis, and they just loved the music and they wanted to shoot something with me. So we found this old, almost haunted house, and we also have a Playboy model in the video, so you have to take a look. Yeah, she is shooting for Playboy the very next week, and she was supposed to fly down to Sweden for that, and she was kind enough to come down and do a full day shoot for the video. And yeah, Ghoomle is the song that talks about, you know, kal ka kya hoga, we don't know, just have fun. But again, it's being sarcastic in its own spirit.
कैसा है ये सफर, पूछना कौन से, कल का क्या पता, साथ मेरे खुदा, झूम ले मेरे यार, झूम ले मेरे यार, झूम ले मेरे यार, झूम ले मेरे यार.
Sun is another particular song which I like out of our set because it has lots of heavy metal sounds. The whole riff is very catchy.
I think it's our fastest song also. In terms
The
of
tempo, so it gives me as a guitar player lots of options to shred. Yes, and again it has a very catchy intro as well with a little sitar effect on it.
And the lyrics are pretty interesting also. It's like insan se insan ka, insan sa insaf kar. Talking about leave your you know, religious practices aside, just be kind to the next person, and I think that's good enough. Like किसी माँ पे जुल्म, किसी जान पे जुल्म नहीं मिटने वाला ये है ये पाप.
इंसान से इंसान का, इंसान सा इंसाफ कर, हर जान हर ईमान का, हर हाल पे सम्मान कर.
I think the favorite song for most people, like parents, girls, aunties, ladies, would be Tanha. Tanha is the ballad. We intend on making a music video for Tanha also post Karma. It's again a lovely love song, so to say. We can sing a little bit of the song. सोचों में मेरे है क्यों आज भी वो कल, क्या करूं मैं क्या करूं, यादों में मेरे है क्या आज भी वो कल, क्या करूं मैं क्या करूं.
छोरा गीत नहीं हमसे कोई आगे नहीं, बीस छोरा गीत नहीं हमसा है कोई नहीं, यहाँ वहाँ जहाँ भी हम वही के हम राजा.
Curtains down, we're a different set of people. That's how we'd like to put it. You know, it's like, personally, five of us like to go absolutely nuts on stage. You can even sometimes spot Karan with a bloody iron mask on his face, you know, and the last bit of the act is when he takes it off, and there comes a good-looking guy from there and says, "Yeah," you know, and yeah, stuff like that. And I think we love playing to the smaller towns. There's more take back because, you know, you come, honestly speaking, play in a pub in Bombay or Delhi and stuff like that, you'll still have some guys, yeah, you do find some very pretty good listeners and guys who come across and say, hey, nice music, and end up following you on Facebook and stuff. But these smaller towns is where you get all that frenzy, you know, they want to, you signed a lot of autographs. We were in Punjab, for example, Hoshiarpur, it was an engineering college, and kids went nuts. I think we created more riot than the fashion show.
The professor came and asked you to shut down.
Yeah, all that, you know, it's
typical Sadda hug moment.
yeah. And now, yeah, thanks to Bollywood dabbling with rock music, it's now, you know, it's finally being accepted to be a rock and roll band or rock and roll artist. Yeah, we're pretty excited that the Bollywood call has come. There is this film that's being made. I'm sorry, I can't give the title out yet, but it is a Jan 2013 release. It is supposed to go in for about 13, 14 film festivals across, and 4 of our songs have been picked up by the director. He absolutely went berserk when he heard Karma. For him, it was the lifeline for his movie. He said, "This is the spine of my movie." It is supposedly a very edgy movie. They apparently shot with a Canon 5D and all. So again, on the concept is also very underworld and stuff. We just heard him out. We saw some photographs, some rushes, and we said, okay, go ahead. The director intends on doing some concerts with the band also. So touring is what we really have in mind. We've been underground for almost the last 6 months, just rehearsing, getting our act together. And you will see Punkh in your city, wherever you are, pretty soon, in a college festival or maybe a cafe or something. Be sure to be there, because what you can catch live is a lot of experience that will come alive in those 90 minutes. So I think that should be something to watch out for. Talking about putting our music on portals like ArtistAloud, honestly, today bands and musicians, when they go out there, and very few of them are actually recording music because they've given up with the idea of selling a CD or something. You can check that across with as many bands as you want. But for us who are lucky enough to have an album ready, we would like to give all our songs to ArtistAloud. They have 4 of our songs. We are talking already, they'll be taking 4 more. It's excellent to at least get a feedback in terms of, they send us every 3 months, they send us a sales report, and we have been paid, even if it's a little amount, we've been paid 3 or 4 checks towards ringtone sales for Karma, Tanha, and we've had 2,000 plus downloads in 3 months. And you know, it's those little joys, you know, it's like, you know, that finally my music got sold or something, you know. And like I said, and we're not even anticipating any returns from selling our music. But when you have someone out there, when there's so much more, there are so many more lucrative business proposals, even if you're talking about the music scene. But when you have someone like ArtistAloud who is going out there, going into your personal spaces and finding those independent artists, I think that's when you're saying, okay, India's ready now for that musical revolution which we have been waiting for, and we've been pushing for the last. I started pushing this 1996. I think you were also one of those. He's pretty young, you know. So
96.
yeah, I started the.
And 90.
Yeah, so.
A night